Hey, Nat here, coming up on the show. Charli D'Amelio's TikTok record, The Weeknd's new look, and a presidential pardon. But before we get started, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Charli D'Amelio has become the first person to reach more than 100 million followers on TikTok. Charlotte checks it out.
If you've ever been on TikTok, you'll know who Charli D'Amelio is.
Hey guys, it's Charli. Hello, it's Charli.
She's impossibly famous for sharing dance videos, makeup looks, and did I mention dance videos? Well, she's now danced her way to more than 100 million followers, more than any other account on TikTok.
I cannot believe there's 100 million supporters following me right now.
She's also well on her way to overtaking PewDiePie as the most followed individual content creator ever. Forbes says Charli's made about $5.5 million in the past year, and it all started with TikTok. Because of how many followers she has, brands pay her and other TikTokers big bucks to promote their products, and Charli's since gone on to sell her own merch and do a bunch of other things. And that's where recently things took a bit of a turn. She lost almost 1 million followers in a single day after people complained about her behaviour on the first episode of her new reality show.
I wish I had like more time. Because imagine if I hit 100 mil a year after hitting a mil.
Was the 95 not enough for you?
The backlash forced Charli to post a pretty emotional video.
At the end of the day, I'm still a person, no matter how many followers I have.
But it didn't take long for her to bounce back and pick up even more followers. And of course, post some more dance videos.
The American Music Awards have gone off with a bang. Or more of a mild pop, really. Viewer numbers were way down, falling by as much as 50% compared to last year. But I'm sure Taylor Swift didn't care too much. She was named Artist of the Year for a record 6th time. Oh, and didn't show up to collect her award either. One person who did show up was Canadian singer The Weeknd. The bandages are just a look, apparently. He's totally fine and walked away with 3 awards. Now, if you had to think of just one word that sums up 2020, what would it be? Eventful, ridiculous, unprecedented? Well, that's exactly the challenge experts at Oxford University had when choosing this year's Word of the Year. Here's Joe.
Yeah, some words just don't fit the bill this year. But even so, trying to sum it up with one word is, well, hard. So instead of just one word of the year, Oxford Languages has decided to include several, calling it Words of an Unprecedented Year. But how do they know what words to choose from? Well, they start by capturing data of around 150 million words from all over the world. And advanced software helps them identify any new words or expressions, and examine how others are being used. While previous years had words like climate emergency, toxic, youthquake, post-truth, and even a laughing emoji, this year alone had many significant candidates, such as bushfires, COVID-19, lockdown, Black Lives Matter, and pandemic, which had a 57,000% increase in use. The president of Oxford Dictionaries said that in a year that left us speechless, it's been filled with new words unlike any other. So don't fret if you couldn't decide on just one, the experts couldn't either.
There's something really heartwarming about seeing happy animals. Let's check out a few in this little piece I like to call On Track for a Better Life. Meat, corn and cob. In the US every year, 2 lucky turkeys get chosen to be pardoned by the president and get to live out their lives either on a farm, a university, or even Disneyland. But one thing's for sure, it's better than being eaten. This is Kavan, an elephant that's had animal activists around the world rallying to give him a better life. You see, he's been living alone at this zoo in Pakistan for the past 8 years, but he'll be airlifted to a sanctuary in Cambodia this week to go and live with other elephants. If you want an enthusiastic and attentive crowd to play music to, you can't do better than a group of monkeys.
I was surprised to find they were actually eating the music as I was playing it, eating this and pulling the stool to pieces.
Paul Barton has got the full rock star treatment, but his admirers have had a tough year. With fewer tourists around, there's less food for these music lovers, and he's hoping to shine a light on the problem. Well, that's all from us today. In the meantime, why don't you go ahead and hit subscribe? We'll be back tomorrow.